We fell out of love like shooting stars came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you.
There are some legendary circuits in motor racing, but none more so potentially than this one. The Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium plays host to the BSR MX5 Summer Cup this evening here on Apex Racing TV. Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Woodhouse. Alongside me is iRacing Road Pro Series champion Alex Simpson, and a man who I know absolutely loves this circuit.
Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, fantastic circuit. Good fun. I love actually, in some sense, that this circuit, you know, you really have to push the boundaries, and the 1X's come into play, and disqualification is going to come into play, and things like that. You know, and then if you can just nail a really good clean lap without any off tracks, it's just so much faster, and you just get such a reward for doing it as well. Everything needs to be on the absolute limit round.
Yeah, the original circuit was over 14 kilometers long, and that was cut down in the 80s in order to make way for this layout, which, barring a couple of small changes, is virtually the same one as when it first came into being. And it's hard to imagine, Alex, that when this circuit was originated, some people actually thought it was like a poor version of the old one, and it turns out it's one of the best tracks in the history.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just so used to big tracks, weren't they, back then? You know, the Nordschleife, this. So I'll tell you, they don't want to mess with the person that created this track. It looks like an upside-down Uzi 9mm, doesn't it? You know, so that guy. It
looks like it's got the little ridges where your fingers can go on the handle.
Exactly, that guy is a bit crazy who created this, so you don't want to mess with him, I reckon.
Yeah, the old circuit was quite long and very, very fast indeed, and this one retains a lot of that character. In the BSR MX5 Cup, of course, it's full of characters, and the one who's leading the way is Tobias Cherney, and he leads the way by 126 points over Steve Hefford. Anwar Smith is in third position, with Jamie Ayres in fourth and Adam McNally in fifth. In the AM category, William Daniels has a 74-point lead ahead of John Roberts, with Scott Malcolm in third, Jack Ashton in fourth, and Ryan Walker in fifth. And in the Teams Championship, it's Momo leading the way in the Pro category, with Youth Energy in second. In the Pro-Am category, it's boosted with Savage Gaming ahead of Automech Knock Hill. Qualification is just about over here, and the grid is almost set, but as it is Spa, there is a little bit more time for the drivers to complete their laps. And what a lap time it is around here, Alex, for these guys. 2 minutes 45.
Yeah, crazy. Really. So
You
long.
get about 4 laps in here, I think.
Yeah. So long with the MX5s. Yeah, not long. Of course, just to talk about how many laps we're going to do today. Obviously, those new to the series or might not have watched it and want to know what about you're going to watch. So, the MX5 BSR Cup, we have 4 races on a Tuesday night. And what happens, we have a qualification, which is on now. And that's just in the traditional grid order. Drivers will race for a 20-minute sprint race. Following that sprint race, I bring up the Wheel of Fortune and we spin a wheel to see who is going to be reversed onto pole position. A little short break for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're up again for another race, and we basically rinse and repeat a further couple more times, a total of 4 races tonight. So, like sprint action. Obviously, there is quite a difference in driver standards or abilities out there, hence why we have the Pro and the Am Championship. And yeah, the exciting part of this is, of course, the Pro drivers usually get reversed after the first race, so they have to fight their way through the Ams. The Ams are trying to hold on to the positions because they all score relative to each other depending on when they finish. So yeah, interesting. It's an interesting layout, quite unique to the BSR. A few other series are starting to sort of follow it with the reverse wheels and things like that, but these guys definitely the first to do it, and it really does make for some exciting racing all round, whether it be overtakes, crashes, you name it, we've got it all.
There's going to be no shortage of excitement here tonight. I just wonder if you could bring up those track conditions again, mate, from earlier on, because we did have them on the screen. We didn't actually talk about them, and it's really perfect weather for racing. 18 degrees is the air temperature, 21 degrees on the track, and that means for those new to iRacing that the tyres actually are pretty much in their optimum operating window.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to last as long as they need to. Not that there's really too much of an issue with tyres in the sort of these 20-minute races, especially here at Spa. Those medium to sort of high-speed corners, we'll pound them a little bit, but they've got plenty of time to sort of call in these straights to the MX5. So I would expect no one's really going to worry about that too much this evening. We'll see how the conditions vary because they can change from race to race.
There is the possibility for some drivers getting a little out of shape in the first lap or so, while they get the tyres up to speed. We're about to go down to the grid. You can see the Eau Rouge corner there at the bottom of the hill, leading up to Radion, and Jamie Ayres will be hoping he's the first one through there, as he's on pole for Momo Racing, ahead of Jason Cooper, the Am driver, in second place, Tobias Cherney in third, Daniel Bristow fourth, then Adam McNally, ahead of Alex Cherney with Peter Van Gool in seventh, Nick McCarron eighth, Jack McIntyre in ninth, and Brian Holmes in 10th. Here's the big grid here, so I won't read through the lot of it, but you can see a lot of drivers. It actually only goes down, Alex. We've got 44 drivers, and it only goes down to 30th set of time. So a lot of naughty boys out there from last week.
Well, it was Belle Island Street Circuit. We had a lot of crashes last week, and I think a lot of it perhaps was the circuit really causing more of the problems than anything. But yeah, I'm not surprised to see that. And of course, Spa also with the 1Xs can cause a lot of people not to qualify, so I'm not surprised to see it like that.
Here we go then. For the first time tonight, race 1 of 4 here at Spa. The red lights are on. The green light is on. A lot of smoke from the grid as they're away. Reasonable start by Ayres. Cooper got probably a better one. He might try the old outside line through La Source. Might have to protect his second place from Cherney. He gets away well, and he's going to get a great run down the hill. This is going to be the bottleneck, though, Alex. It's never the first corner, really, that you see a lot of issues. It's normally this run down through Eau Rouge and up the Camel Straight when you get over the top of Radion. I think there have been a couple of drivers, actually, who've had some maybe slight incidents at La Source, but I think everybody has actually made it through. Three wide for the lead.
Yeah.
Here then comes Jason Cooper up the middle. Jamie Ayres, he was in the lead. He's lost that lead now. He's now down to fourth. As it's Cherney who's leading the way fractionally. Who's going to be latest on the brakes into Lacombe? I beg your pardon. And it's Cooper and Cherney side by side. Cooper goes round the outside and he takes the lead. Fantastic.
A couple of people having accidents down the Kimball Straight in the background. We didn't quite catch it, but you can see them stationary on the mini.
Anwar Smith was involved in one of those. One of the championship contenders in bother. Lee Deemer, I think, as well. Roberts out, Lundgren, Knowles, Hardy, Westwood. I think they're the ones that have gone.
You can see with
maybe,
the pit
maybe
graphic.
Barry as well.
Yeah, you can see with the pit graphic that they've all jumped back into the pits. This is just crazy just here. This little battle. So close.
What we're going to see as well, I think, with the long straights, long slipstreaming sections, it is going to be a very, very fluid scoring tower, isn't it? On the left-hand side, we're going to see a lot of movement, and drivers could potentially gain 4 or 5 places on that. And there's a spin, and it's Alex Cherney, and it's been collected by Hedgecock. Oh, and needs to make sure he doesn't go back onto the course, Cherney, but just about gets off the racing line. Stelian Chepelevsky is already up to 18th place. I think it says on there, is it? 17th place from 31st on the grid.
And saying there it is, like, up 14. It's absolutely ridiculous. So great drive.
And look at this mess going towards Blanchimont, Alex.
Yeah, so tight.
Oh, I don't want to look almost.
And we need
And
to
then
look
this
at
is for the lead. 3 wide as well. Jason Cooper. Oh, and round the outside is Jamie Ayres. Very late on the brakes. Good line. And he got that one done perfectly. That was excellent from Ayres.
Cooper got such a phenomenal run on the Gemmell straight. It was able to look like he was almost able to break away, and then just goes to show the slipstream that's available in these MX5s as Ayres just romps back up behind him to Blanchimont, and then gets the move done.
It's not often we see this car and track combination, actually, is it? Because we have been running a lot of. I think there might have been a big one. It could have been just at La Source, actually. A few drivers going slowly. I think that might be just what it is. It triggers the crashing notification because they're going so slowly around the hairpin.
I think exactly that. So yeah, it's just.
And when there's a bit of a bottleneck, I think it makes it. You know, it was like at Okayama, wasn't it, last night? Same thing.
Exactly that, and I think that's exactly what we had. That cluster that we just switched to there was just, absolutely nose to tail going through that.
Cooper again into the lead. I think we're going to see this pattern emerging because it's going to be very, very difficult for anybody to break away here. It's going to be almost impossible, I think, with the amount of slipstream. It's probably akin to maybe 1.2 seconds, something like that, over the lap.
I would think so, around here especially.
I think Anthony Jacobson has crashed. I think that's somebody who definitely has bitten the dust, I think, on that one. A few drivers going off at the corner with no name. I believe, according to the official website of the Belgian Grand Prix, I believe that they're calling that speed corner.
No.
I mean, all the corners have a speed.
That's what to say.
Some are faster than others.
Don't change it. It's called No Name Corner. That's what it's called. You know, we know it as that.
It's been 3 or 4 names for that, and ironically for a corner with no name, it's had about 3 or 4. Just not one it's very happy with, it seems.
No, apparently not.
Oh, that's pretty close. That's Brian Holmes getting involved with Daniel Bristow and Jack McIntyre.
Yeah, Holmes obviously jumping in the MX5s tonight because he had problems with his Oculus Rift Thursday night in the BSR Touring Car Pro Series.
And the green car just behind them, sorry, is Nathan Davies, for those wondering.
Yeah, it's just, well, actually I've got him in the Apex livery.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's my fault then. The Apex car is Nathan Davies, for those wondering.
But yeah, so Brian just giving his Oculus a little run out just to see. He's a very, very quick driver in this car, so you can see that by the fact he's trying to work his way up and past McIntyre now, who has been pretty much lightning all season long.
Yeah, indeed. And McIntyre's very, very quick. He's not doing very well in the championship.
Oh, what's that in the background?
That's Farish, I think, around.
Oh, there's a couple of people just...
And it might be, it's a Result Clothing as well. I think it might be Craig Jones, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's not Craig Jones.
David Ayres, Michael Key, and Marco Balbonero are all involved.
Oh yeah, it's Key. It's not Jones. Sorry. And now this is going towards Eau Rouge again. This is Taylor Lane, and Craig Jones through Eau Rouge and going up through Radillon.
Too wide without contact.
Oh, and he
maybe
nearly
not.
loses it. Wow.
That was literally instantaneous karma there, wasn't it? Or commentator's curse, shall we say?
I tell you, it doesn't matter what car you're driving, the way that top of that hill is, it just sends every car light, doesn't it? And the slightest twitch can have big consequences. I remember in the 2016 in Formula 1, Kevin Magnussen, he just had a slight twitch to the left, it snapped on him to the right. Next thing you know, he's in the wall at 150 miles an hour. And Taylor Lane was lucky that he didn't meet a similar fate that time.
Oh, there goes Davis in the background.
Oh, that's a big one. That's Rob Graham. And the 3 wide into Pouon, meanwhile, as well in front of them. That's Chepelevsky and Summers and Bristow. Yeah, me. But what happened? What happened with Davis and Graham? That was coming out of the corner with no name.
Yeah, so
let's see it then.
Oh, Nathan lost it on the way in. Too much curb. He's just constantly fighting.
Oh, and he nearly saved it.
Gets a little nudge from behind.
Ooh.
But, just unfortunate. It just sort of ricocheted into Rob's path, really.
Was that Stellion that came through and gave him quite a big hit?
Might have been Stellion as well. Let's see if we can find him. See if we can see any damage on his car. No, it can't. Yes, it was. You can see on the front left.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bit of damage.
5 of them going into Blanchimont.
Oh, who was that? That was loose.
Oh!
That was McCarron.
And Evans bashing into McCarron that time. Into the bus stop chicane they go. Now, this will confuse us. McCarron and Chepelevsky are both in the same group. And Chepelevsky with the white wheels, McCarron with the green wheels and a slightly darker green strip on there. If you look closely enough, it does say McCarron on it, but you've got to be quite close to see that properly. But he retains 9th place, does Nick. Decent run from him. Charlie Summers up 7 places to 10th.
Where do we know that name from?
He was in one of the
he was
GT
in the
series, wasn't he?
He was in the AOR. Oh, sorry, the
AOR Renault.
Renault, yep. Oh, it's a bit tasty at the front now as well.
Oh, this is the front. This whole thing is the front. And Adam McNally has somehow found his way into the lead. I don't think we've mentioned him yet so far.
Yeah, that was last lap actually. He did that.
Oh, he's not in the lead anymore.
No.
Oh, and he drifts under braking slightly. Then he drifts and nearly quarter panels Jamie Ayres. Car 2 is Peter Van Gool. And I can hear a crash. I can hear contact.
I think it was just contact, but they all survive.
It's a great battle anyway. Lap 4. This first race is a timed race. It's so that really the organisers can figure out exactly how many laps they need. So this is based on time. So it's Ayres, then McNally, Cooper, Van Gool, Holmes, McIntyre and Cherney. That's really the battle. And it's funny, they might look quite strung out now, Alex, but once we get to Blanchimont and once we get to the top of the Kemmel Straight again next lap, it's all going to come together.
Yeah, absolutely. You can hear Cooper just getting out of the gas quite early there.
He wants this run out of Curve Paul Frere, I think. He wants a longer run, I think, to get the slipstream. I don't think he wants to be tucked up right behind going through Stavelot because he knows that he can't get that. He won't get an effective slipstream. And here we go then as Ayres and McNally going side by side once more. And it is a long run in this car to Blanchimont in the MX5. It's like being on the motorway, isn't it? Which lane do you go in?
Yep.
2x2.
Cooper can't do nothing. Can't tell from his rear view mirror.
There was a car on his inside, but
this is what I was looking for in the rear view mirror. Couldn't quite make it out.
And now he's lifting off early.
There it is. Look, someone to the left.
That's Holmes. Brian Holmes with a lunge. He's still there, Jason. Oh yeah, good driving by Cooper. He left plenty of room. Ryan Walker has been in the pits, I think. No, he hasn't. That's just a glitch. Into La Source again then. 2 laps to go, it should be. 2 minutes 45 round here. It's crazy how long these laps are in this MX5. It's great racing now. It's a different kind of racing, isn't it, than what we're used to here at Spa. And now side by side into Eau Rouge. Here comes the crunch then. Ayres and McNally. Let's hope there isn't a literal crunch, Alex, as well.
No, I'm really surprised Ayres went for it going through Eau Rouge, because surely the pack behind is going to get the better run now. So Cooper and perhaps even Holmes, if Holmes pushes Cooper.
Yeah.
And in fact, who is that? Is that McIntyre pushing Holmes? So they were like almost a 3-car tango there.
Who's latest on the brakes into Lecombe? It's a tie pretty much between Holmes and Cooper. Holmes is on the outside for Malmedy now. He can slot in, and he might have a go into Rivage, but it's not the easiest place to overtake just because your car just wants to understeer wide. You've got to focus on getting that line right. You don't really want to be battling through there as they are behind. McIntyre and McNally going side by side through that tight right-hander. It's a long right-hander that seems to go on forever.
Do you realise Ayres went from 1st to 5th in the Kemmel Straight?
I do now, yeah. I mean, it was like what you see on the super speedways when we've covered that action here on Apex Racing TV in the past. Is that middle low? There goes McNally in Pouhon. He's gone. He's crashed.
And that was Ayres he took with him.
I didn't notice that Ayres went off as well. All I saw was the Youth Energy car losing the rear. Let's see. Is it just a loss of rear downforce through Pouhon? Yes, he just clips the curb too much. He tries to save it. He gets 2 death wiggles. Oh, and he takes the Momo Racing car out as well. It's just an accident from the point of view of McNally, but unfortunate for Ayres, really.
What it has done is broke that pack apart now, though, because Van Gool and McIntyre are a good, 1.7 seconds behind. So,
well, it's Van Gool and Cherney there together. McIntyre is still in that front group.
Sorry, yeah. So perhaps they can work together. It doesn't look like they're about to do it. It looks like Tobias going for it. They're battling at the front again.
But again, that's just going to slow them down.
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what Tobias and Pete needed. To be honest, they'll be back onto the slipstream now, going down the Kemmel Straight.
You almost need to have that sort of cycling race mentality in a race like this, where working together will get rid of as many cars as possible, and then you can fight it out for the top 3 on the last lap.
Yeah.
Which we're now on to the last lap here at Spa.
Battle for 6 is what we're looking at the moment. Stelling's got himself to the front of that. He won't have the pace to close that gap down, unfortunately, but he's not far from them at all.
We don't do too many 6-lap races here on the channel, do we? But
no, we don't.
This is one of them. We go to the Nordschleife and have 3-lap races.
Yeah, why? Well, yes, it is true.
And now 3 wide. There is some traffic slightly further up the road as well. McIntyre, Cooper and Holmes then in a line once again. It seems like the person who's in the lead going in, though, just has gets absolutely shafted down the straight, don't they?
Yeah, this draft is worth so much here, especially in this circuit. This car, sorry.
It always seems to be the person in the middle that loses out as well. Yeah. Cooper gets a good run through Malmedy, though. Not quite close enough to get alongside into Rivage, but McIntyre knows that Cooper's there. It's all going to come down to the bus stop chicane on the final lap, you would feel, because that long run through Blanchimont. Coming out of Paul Frere, what a good save that was by Cooper. He's lost a lot of time, but I think conversely it might actually help him.
Yeah, he might get a slightly better run towards Blanchimont now, a little bit of extra momentum. Oh, listen to the car understeer. He just got on the gas a bit earlier, pushing a bit hard, and he just didn't quite get the exit he wanted.
Although, it would not surprise me whatsoever if these are 3 wide into the bus stop.
No,
or 3 wide through Blanchimont. More traffic ahead as well. But again, I don't think it'll affect them too much. Yeah, and very wisely, the lapped car there, Result Clothing, gets off the line and goes through the gravel trap. Doesn't affect the leader's race. The drive in there. Now it comes down to defensive prowess, Alex, I guess. We've seen Brian Holmes in this situation many times.
Yeah, just thought for a moment McIntyre wasn't trying to get the best of the runs through there so that he caught the
here we go.
The exit. That's exactly what he's done. Got the momentum. Here comes Cooper as well. Where's he going to go? There's not enough room. They've just sort of narrowed the track off.
Cooper will be hoping they bang into each other, as they have done. Now then, watch Jason Cooper. Watch this cutback. Watch the cutback. He gets to drive out of the corner towards the start-finish line. They come across the line, and Cooper gets it. Oh, that's wonderful. That is exactly what he needed to do, Alex, and he did it.
Fantastic manoeuvre there. Yeah, he just let them have at it, didn't he? And just, like you say, got the drive off the corner. Absolutely phenomenal.
That was one of those beautiful instances where, as a commentator, you see something unfolding, and we could both see that happening 5 or 10 seconds before it actually did. And it happened exactly as he wanted, Jason Cooper. Let's see. We said he would hope that these two just knocked into each other slightly, because that was all it took. Holmes sent it into the corner a little bit hot. And and he nearly loses it as he tries to go past McIntyre, but it just gets there. It was only 0.04 of a second, but he judged that to perfection. You're not going to see many better finishes to a race than that.
No, I agree with that, absolutely. I think everybody's almost come across the line now. Just waiting for a few of the stragglers. Ayres and then Daniels, I believe.
One thing's for sure, that was an epic race, and if race one's anything to go by, then the final 3 rounds of the evening are going to be spectacular, because they will be decided by the reverse grid, and we'll see in just a couple of minutes what that will bring us. But now we'll see the race results on the screen in just a few seconds, which will chronicle that amazing performance by Jason Cooper. He's an AM driver, don't you forget, in this series. He's not expected to be up there, but in recent weeks he's shown grit and determination and some guile there in order to take that win by just 0.033 over Jack McIntyre, with Brian Holmes in 3rd. Tobias Cherney, P4 for the championship leader. He'll be happy with that. Peter Van Gool in 5th, Charlie Summers 6th, 7th for Nick McCarron, then Kip Stevens, Stelian Chepelewski and Craig Evans rounding up the top 10. Adam Delmont was in 11th, Scott Malcolm 3rd. He got on the podium for the AM category. Adam McNally in 13th. Having been so far up the field, but through poo on, the car bit him and took Jamie Ayres with him, in the end finishing fairly far down the order. But having said that, I think he'd be quite happy with that in the end. It could have been much, much worse than that. Craig Cameron 14th, Jack Ashton 15th, Taylor Lane 16th, 17th Jordan Giddins, Alex Roby in 18th, 19th then was Gregory Vranch, Alessio Colonna in 20th, Alex Cherney in 21st, Jamie Ayres 22nd, Anthony Jacobson then in 23rd, Marco Barbanera in 24th, 25th for Craig Jones, 26th Luke Cooper, David Ayres in 27th, William Daniels in 28th, and then the cars one lap down, Dan Bristow, Ryan Walker, Chris Farish, Adam Hedgecock and Michael Key. Now, Michael Key is important there because he's the last car he's the last car one lap down. So if we get a full reverse grid, there's some full segments on that wheel. If those come up, it will be Michael Key who goes on to pole position for race 2. Behind him, Ben Mears, Mark Westwood, Nathan Davis. We saw that big crash coming out of the corner with no name. And then behind Davis was Rob Graham, the man who crashed with him in the end. Michael Barry, 38th. Carl Hardy, 39th. And Anwar Smith, John Roberts, Lee Deemer, Peter Knowles, and Robert Lundgren. Alex, those last 7 guys didn't really get far at all, did they?
No, they didn't. Unfortunately, they were involved in the lap 1 shenanigans.
Shenanigans we had. More shenanigans we will have in the forthcoming rounds. But first of all, Alex is going to make someone very, very happy, or make a few people very, very cross, because the reverse grid wheel's about to come up.
Here we go then. A spin of the night. Well, whatever it is, it's going to become a full. We're close to -2, but we don't quite get it. So it is 50. Just full, anyway.
It said what, sorry?
It's 50th, sorry.
50th, it cut out, sorry, 50th. Yeah, and that is a full. So Michael Key onto pole, and Adam Hedgecock will be alongside him. Then Chris Farish, Ryan Walker and Dan Bristow. So the reward for getting to the finish line for those guys is, well, a start at the front of the grid for race 2. So join us back here after the break here on Apex Racing TV, when we'll have more action from Spa and the BSR MX5 Cup.
chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line. chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
The sun is shining, the skies are blue here at Spa-Francorchamps. And, well, the skies are blue for race 2 here on Apex Racing TV. The BSR MX5 Summer Cup continues. And, well, Andrew Woodhouse and Alex Simpson here. Alex, great first race. In fact, with no time, the lights are coming on. I'll come to you in a minute. Michael Key on the pole. Green light is on. Good start. Most of the front runners there. Key leads into turn 1. And he gets through La Source well.
Oh, crashed further back.
Some people didn't. Who was that?
I think one of the RSO cars was involved.
Tobias Cherney.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, Tobias Cherney. I think he's out of the race.
Smith again. Anwar Smith again.
Or if he's not out of the race, Cherney, he's very, very damaged. But good start by Michael Key then. He's made it to top of Radion. Oh, big crash at Radion. That's a big one. And it's one of the Youth Energy cars. I think it's Adam Delmont.
think you're right.
Smoke billowing from it. Might be just spinning the wheels. He might be trying to get back going again, but I think that one would be a write-off. Oh yeah, he can't. He can't even steer. And Cooper, I think that's Cooper, is it? Oh, bang! That's Bristow. Bristow in the wall, and that is that's the end of his race. Not sure what happened, but yeah, he's out. It looks like Adam Hedgecock's taking the lead. Meanwhile, Ryan Walker in P2. Michael Key's down to third. Don't think he had the best Lacombe, Michael Key, because he was in and around the lead still on the Kemmel Straight. Positions changing all the way through the field. That's the characteristic. Oh, and off at Pouon goes Ashton, and he just avoids the wall.
That was lucky. So
That was a
close.
strange accident, that wasn't it? Nearly for him.
Oh, the leaders are changing position as well.
That's
So
Ryan
right now.
It's Ryan Walker around the outside at the Fania chicane, which will now be the inside for Stavolo, but staving off Hedgecock at Stavolo and going through curve Paul Frere and making the long run towards Blanchimont again, which, as we've seen, is a massive slipstreaming opportunity. It's a great overtaking place as well with the bus stop chicane that comes up at the end of this. You'll see it's a very, very fast left-hander, Alex. It's flat in these cars, but it's terrifying in certain cars depending on what you're driving.
Yep.
Some drivers using a bit more of the track than others. But into the bus stop we go. Then Hedgecock almost getting alongside Ryan Walker as we make our way into it.
Oh,
Walker absolutely nails the apex. Oh my word, that's a huge crash. It's a massive crash. And they're still piling into the scene, I think. What on earth happened there? I think McCarron might be in that. There's a few Taylor Lane, I think, maybe.
I think we've got to look at this.
Oh, it's Barbanera.
There's two people already off, yeah. And there's
Barbanera and a GT Omega Northern Lights Racing. I think it might be Giddings, is it?
McCarron actually crashed on his own.
I
Yeah.
think it might be Giddings, who was the Northern Lights Racing, who was spun round. Let's have a look then. Oh, it's Barbanera and Giddings. It looks like, I think that's where we need to focus the attention, Alex. Because I think that's on the exit of Blanchimont. I think they might have got stuck together.
Last time it is a big crash, you know. Yeah.
That's a slightly better angle. Oh, poor old. Was it Ben Mears? We got absolutely mashed, or was it? No, it was Scott Malcolm, I think, who got absolutely waffled in that one. There's a lot of damaged cars after that accident. That's taken out probably 8 cars. Man.
Yeah, and separate the pack a little bit. You know, if we look at some of the intervals now, I say separated, but really from Holmes and Chapaleski, that's where that little round there is where it all was. Yeah.
The front's still very close, but then everything behind them is really fractured now. 2x2 into Pouon. As there, Roby and Chapaleski and Cherney and Jones. Look at that. This is the battle. That's the one. And that's Alex Cherney in car 39. Craig Jones having a look at Stelian Chapalevsky into Stavolo, but he's not going to have the opportunity to make a move on the Bulgarian. There's a couple of drivers taking it to the AstroTurf on the exit. You never used to like that corner, but now you're okay there, aren't you? You've exercised the demons.
Yeah, I don't have the same issues on iRacing as I did on the old Cody's F1 game. You know, I just kept locking up on that one for whatever reason there, but iRacing's never been a problem.
Every during practice, every 2 or 3 laps, we just randomly find Alex in the gravel at that corner.
Britney Spears permanently playing in the car. Oops, I did it again. You know.
That's what. Oh, you wouldn't mind having Britney Spears in your car. Let's be honest.
No, this is true.
As Cherney round the outside, we'll be hoping that nobody hits him one more time. Here comes Chepelevsky up the inside. Oh, a little nudge. I think they've all survived. And they're actually catching the front pack now, aren't they, as well? Walker's doing a great job of trying to break free. He's 1.3 seconds clear. Yeah, 1.3 seconds for Walker. That's about the distance you need, isn't it, to mean that there's no slipstream?
No, it's about 1.7 actually. You can see the gap coming down. Look at the battle box. That was 1.3. And look where it is now. That's nearly half a second on one straight.
It's more.
Yep.
It's 7/10 he's lost just by driving in a straight line. Oh!
Something somewhere.
I think that was Cheppy going side. Oh no, it wasn't Cheppy. It was Alex Roby and Craig Jones going sideways, and somehow everybody's missing them. Some drivers trying to make some fast places. Oh, to make no kill car on the gravel. That's Mears going wide. Oh, dear me.
Some enormous sort of movers and shakers out there as well.
Oh yeah.
So far, Lee Diemer, the highest of them, up 25 spots. Closely followed by Holmes.
We've lost Chris Farish. I think he's ended up in the pits. But yeah, 25 spots for Diemer as well. Anwar Smith, 20. Roberts, 20. Graham, 24. Holmes, 24. Oh, off! Oh, no, wait. He's going to try and make a move out of it. It was Ben Mears. I don't know if that's going to work out for him.
Yeah, didn't in the end.
Oh, he's sliding the rear. He's lost the rear. He's going. He's gone. It's the only problem with... Oh, and also going is Ashton. I think he had some assistance.
Yeah, I think he did have a little bit of assistance. Ah, the desire to get going and then realise you're about to break. Just look away.
This is a good job we got away from that, I think. Just in case. Poor old Ryan Walker. He worked so hard to get that lead, and he's just vanished.
Well, it's a good thing.
It's like silly bang advert, isn't it? Bang, and the lead is gone.
Yeah, it's a good thing for Ryan though, because he knows that these guys, they're maybe a little bit quicker than him, but with the draft in his favour, he's still going to be able to hold on and battle these guys. So just needs
can usually hold his own with nearly any driver, Ryan Walker. Yeah. And good move by Chepelevsky up the inside of Adam Hedgecock, who will try and fight back here. We saw Adam last night in the World GTs, had a couple of good races, a couple of not so good races, but that's GT3 racing for you, really. And we're seeing it here. We're seeing the pedals of touring car racing as well tonight with a track like this. Good run here for Cooper.
Oh,
this is Luke Cooper, by the way, not Jason Cooper, who won race 1. And now, he's stuck now. He
was trying to box in, wasn't he? Ayres has
actually got. Look at that.
Yeah, Ayres moved across a little bit, and Walker come across to cover that off instead. Throws it in, goes through and past Ryan.
Yeah, Ayres is actually the one who got the benefit of that. Excellent. And he'll be very, very happy. And now he'll be definitely hoping there's a big battle going on between these three, because he can then escape and try and get that 1.7 seconds. Although I fear that might not even be enough. It's worth a try, though. It's really worth pushing hard, just in case. Because we've had it, haven't we? We've all had races where we've been in the lead and then something's happened behind, and you know, we've gained that half a second to a second that we need to be clear. That's what Jamie Ayres will be hoping for now. We've only actually lost 9 cars from the race, actually.
Yeah, amazing actually. A lot of them on that for opening lap were able to continue, so.
And as well, with it being obviously 1 lap down scoring points, effectively here you could be 5.5 minutes behind and score points. So it's worth carrying on, isn't it, if you can?
Yeah, it is, and I think, if I'm right in saying, if you get a meatball on lap 1, you can continue the 3 laps. Have to pit on the 4th.
I was told it's 4, yeah. So
you escape on the 4th. and that will allow you to be just the one lap down and score points. So yeah, exactly. It's worth just limping it around to that position.
It's like our race. If this car raced at the Nordschleife, you could be about 18 minutes behind and still score points.
Yeah.
We had to wait for somebody once, didn't we, Max? Right?
Oh,
For
yeah.
a good 10 minutes nearly or something. Was he? Oh, man, that was close. Ayres just cut, and Cooper taking the. It's not the Raikkonen line because it's the wrong corner, but it's still cheating, like Kimi Raikkonen cheated in 2009 to beat Giancarlo Fisichella. Won't forgive Kimi for that.
Scenic route. Oh, does it again?
Do you know, Alex, as well? That would have been Force India's only win to date because they still haven't won a race.
Yeah, crazy.
And
probably never will now either, depending on if the team name gets changed, which I have no doubt it will do.
Oh yeah, it'll be the same. Yeah, that's true. It'll be the same team, but it'll be a different different name. Yeah, that's right. Bring back Jordan. Why not? Now, because it is the Jordan team, effectively, isn't it? So why not bring that back? Chepelevsky then leads the way over Jamie Ayres. Oh, of course, Jordan got their first win here at Spa as well. 1998. Nobody will ever forget that. I certainly won't. What a race that was. Damon Hill taking the win. And let's see. Obviously, much better conditions here for these guys than it was in 1998. You could barely see a thing.
And talking about the conditions as well, obviously, did anybody clock, obviously, that Tony was talking about rain in his recent post?
When was that? Was that recent?
That was about a week ago, I think.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so...
And, look at Cooper. He's gone wide.
Loving these wide lines at the moment, isn't he? Not quicker at all, though. You can see it's under a lot of pressure. Holmes really look.
I mean, it gives you a clear run in terms of, you're not going to hit anything out there, but some stuff going on at the back, I think. Yeah. But I think that's partly to do with some of the drivers who are already in the pits, maybe trying to get back out there, maybe towing and things like that. Rob Graham and Anwar Smith side by side. We didn't see Anwar Smith really in the first race because I believe he crashed in the first lap accident. Yeah. Got some damage on the rear of the MX5, but he's still going here.
Ahead of these guys, McIntyre and McNally are exchanging. They were swapping around on the timing tower. We'll stick with this for a moment. It's getting quite exciting.
Almost off the track. That's inches away from a quarter panel. Centimetres away from disaster, really. Lee Deemer's in there as well, and Alex Roby. Was a bit ropey for Roby earlier on, but now seems a lot better. Now he's recovered from his spin. He's still only 15th actually, so that's not bad at all. Deemer putting the pressure on and nudging Rob Graham. Graham was a victim of that crash at the no-name corner, wasn't it? Cooper again deciding to be quite liberal with the track limits.
Final lap, of course, now. So Cheppy will try and get the run on his teammate here.
He's got a great run. He's got a great run. Look at that. Maybe too good a run, actually. I don't think he's got anywhere to go.
Holmes is going to have the best run. They need to block the track off between them here. Stop him from getting through. They've not done it. Oh, they have done it.
Oh, it's quite a narrow car, the MX5. Oh, now you don't want to be weaving. It's a fine line. And Chepelevsky's just about straddled that fine line, I think. Ayres on the outside, bit of contact. Both of them get a little bit loose, but they both point in the right direction. That's obviously the main thing. We've still got a race on our hands. Luke Cooper, Ryan Walker, 4th and 5th. They're not out of this race either. Through Rivage. Long, continuous right-hander. Oh! Holmes is just flinging the car around. Absolutely chucking it. Rob Graham's out of the race, I think. At the very least, he's come to grief somewhere, but we're watching this battle for the lead now. You feel that Holmes maybe has to make a move into either here or into Stavolo to be able to get on the back of Cheppy going into the bus stop.
Yeah, if he's going to have any opportunity for a win, Walker still can't get by Cooper.
He's just going to get the best run through here he can.
All of them.
Through Paul Frere, they're all not bothering with it now. I think Cooper might be 1x away from disqualification. Here comes Brian Holmes. Here comes Jamie Ayres. Chepelewski will be looking in his mirrors. He's going to like what he sees at the minute, but will he like it when he gets to the bus stop chicane? The white flag is in the air. This will be the final lap of the race. Here we go. Chepelewski defends all the way to the white line. Now, if Holmes is smart, he'll do exactly what Cooper did on the first race. Oh, a bit of contact. Now he is going to try this cut back again. Will we see it work for the second time? No, we're not going to. Stelian Chepelewski is going to come across the line, and he's going to take the win. Fantastic.
Yeah, Ayres made sure that he covered that off, didn't he? Didn't allow the cutback this time. Wasn't going to have that happen to him twice.
I thought he was going to go for it himself, Jamie Ayres, that time, but yeah, no, that was an excellent run. Yeah, it was McIntyre, of course, who was the victim of the first one, and actually Jack McIntyre, who started in 32nd place, mate, he got up to 11th, and cars around him did great as well in terms of the improvements.
Karen recovered to 19th after his accident earlier on.
Yeah, and Tobias Cherney, who I'm sure was facing the wrong way on the first lap, ended up finishing in 14th place.
He certainly was.
He was at the back of the field. I thought he was out of the race, to be honest. The way he was dropping down the order, but yeah, in the end ended up.
I might be able to see
the top 15 finish. Let's see the start of the race.
Yeah, just while we wait for the replay, the results. Sorry.
He's on the outside here. Oh, and he gets the car nudged into him, and he gets spun round, but he only takes a tiny bit of damage.
Yeah.
Just gets a little nick, and he very, very patiently waits to carry on. That saved his race, really. The fact that he was patient, didn't try and instantly spin it round and get going again. But yeah, what a good race that was as we look over the Ardennes Forest. Stelian Chepelewski with the win.
We're still waiting for someone to come across the line. Sorry, the results aren't official at this point, so I'm not sure who that is, though.
Michael Key, is it? He's crawling around with a damaged car. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it is.
Let's have a look at the car then. Oh yeah, it doesn't look great, does it? He's done well to get that to the finish. That is a mess. Oh,
he'll be on the lead lap, so he's got the chance to reverse grid, so it's worth doing, you know?
Yeah, that is a right mess. I think David Ayres will be possibly one lap down as well. So David Ayres should be the one, if it is full, get the reverse grid pole. But yeah, terrific race. Stelian Chepelewski wins here in Belgium ahead of Jamie Ayres, Brian Holmes in third, then Ryan Walker, Luke Cooper and Will Daniels. Adam Hedgecock was 7th. And then there's quite a big gap back to Alex Cherney, who was kind of on his own in that race. Adam McNally in 9th, Pete Van Gool in 10th, then Jack McIntyre, Anwar Smith, Lee Deemer, Tobias Cherney, as we saw, 14th, Alex Roby, 15th, eventful race for him, Craig Jones in 16th, John Roberts, 17th, and then Jack Ashton in 18th. 19th was Nick McCarron, who actually crashed in that race and still finished 19th. That was well played for him. 20th, Alessio Colonna, then Michael Barry, 21st, and Rob Graham, 22nd. 23rd for Jason Cooper, race 1 winner. 24th for Ben Mears, then Gregory Vranks, and then Marco Barbanera, Craig Evans, Anthony Jacobson, Robert Lundgren, Mark Westwood, Charlie Summers, Michael Key, they were on the lead lap, and then David Ayres wasn't, but he was only 1 lap down. So if we do have a full, then it could be him that goes on to pole, and it probably will be. And then all the retirements there on your screen. Knowles, Farish, Cameron, Lane, Malcolm, Giddings, Stevens, Hardy, Bristow, and Delmont. Delmont, of course, crashed at Eau Rouge, a big one.
Yeah. Right. To the wheel then. Obviously 50th is where we ended up last time. Let's give it a spin. see what it's going to be. Oh, it could be -4. 4 -4, I think.
4 -4 is, I
Is
think
it?
it's going to be Robert Lundgren. I believe so. So Robert Lundgren will be on the pole if everything goes to plan. And then it'll be Anthony Jacobson, Craig Evans, Marco Barbanera, and Gregory Vranks at the front of the field. So we'll see how they get on when we return here on Apex Racing TV as race 3 of the BSR MX5 Cup continues from Spa.
Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to the BSR MX5 Cup. We are about 10 seconds away from the start of this one. Grid is on the screen. I am throwing it down straight there. Andrew will be with us in a very short second.
In about 5 seconds, I think.
Here we go. Robert Lundgren on the pole position. Needs a good start here in the boosted car. And that's exactly what he actually gets. Craig Evans in the NLR car gets a reasonable start too. Marco Barbanera in third place after what was involved in the Blanchimont accident in the last race.
He told us he was going to win this race.
He did. He came in. He said he's going to go for it this one. He's actually in a really strong position here, even though it looks like he's under the cosh a little bit from the two Knock Hill cars behind. I think he'll get a good run. He'll get a good run here.
He just needs to make sure he gets to the front two before Mears and Franks do. But I think, well, yeah, look at that. He's closing. The gap is really closing. He's not going to be able to put them under. Oh, they're 4 wide at the back. You see it all the way at the back. Goodness me.
3 wide in the second row. But
and that's round the outside goes Ben Mears. He's gone very wide in Lacombe. Might result in actually no gains for him. Yeah, it does. Oh, and that might be a nudge on Barbanera. And up for the lead is Evans up the inside of Lundgren into Rivage. That's a nice job there by Robert Lundgren and Craig Evans actually to keep it clean through there. Not the easiest corner to go side by side.
Oh, well, they didn't that time. And Robert, well, gets hit from behind and around he goes. And yeah, that's a disaster. There's a massive, massive hole. I'm guessing there's been some big crash or something like that in the pack.
Oh yeah, there's just a gap. There's just 2 lots of cars, really, isn't there? Down to about 27th, and then everybody behind that.
So I don't know quite what happened there.
Yeah,
but
there's a 7-second gap between. I'll have to follow up on that in a second when people come through. A lot of cars in bother though, definitely.
Bit of separation for Evans, but we'll see. 1.1 seconds it was as they head into Paul Frere and now out. Again,
my timing screen is not working properly, so I'm gonna have to grab that again.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think because you were just a little bit late into the session, it'll be a little bit out of whack.
I only missed the start by 2 seconds as well. It was crazy. The funny thing is, I clicked the button to join quite early on, and it seemed to take a while to get in. But anyway, we're here now. That's what matters. Evans leads me a second, then Barbanera, then Graham. This is going to be hard enough for the quote-unquote fast guys to come through because just because of the slipstream, everybody's getting that advantage of the slipstream. And that's Jack Ashton, look, over near the white line.
Crashing in the background.
Grosjean Hamilton territory.
Yeah.
Oh, contact at La Source.
That was, yeah, I think
there's something.
That was, I have to say, that was pretty poor.
How did you even see that? I didn't see it.
just literally from your Grosjean Hamilton comment, they
Those two were fine though.
Well, no, they weren't in the end. There was a car to the left of them, and they ploughed into them. So.
Ah, that was it. Okay.
Oh, the top of the hill as well, out of Radion. Someone completely sideways and around 360.
Now look at this at the front. This is Marco Barbanera's taken the lead. The prophecy's going to be fulfilled, but he's put the atomic knock-hill car on the grass.
Well, there wasn't really a car's width there. I'm not really sure what they were doing, thinking they could go around and have that bit of a.
No, it was a little bit optimistic.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is.
He got swamped there as well. He's dropped down to 5th place.
That's what happened to Jamie Ayres, didn't it, earlier on?
Yeah. And
now the automatic knock-hill car again of Rob Graham this time, trying to sneak his way into the top 3. Barbanera on the runoff area. That's Anwar Smith, who's third in the championship with the green, blue and white Youth Energy car with the red roll cage and the red mirrors, car 88. He's won the championship contenders and he's trying to get in amongst the action as well.
Yeah, he definitely
3 wide into Fagnes.
an opportunity to win this now.
Could be the favourite. Anwar Smith. Although this whole pack is very, very quick. Alessio Colonna is escaping though, 1.1 seconds, although that escape will be virtually nothing by the time we get to the bus stop. It's crazy, isn't it? You make a 1 second lead, it'll just disappear.
Yeah.
Here we go, and now it'll start to get pulled in.
Eventually he'll appear in the battle box on the bottom right as well. The screen.
It's down to a second already. From 1.1 at the start of this straight. The closer they get, the quicker it'll erase the lead. Now there was a big accident here on the first and second lap of the previous race. And that is Jason Cooper going around the outside of Rob Graham in the bus stop chicane.
Yeah, well, we know how quick Cooper is as well.
Oh, collision at the exit of the bus stop. I think it was Stevens and I'm not sure who it was though. I'm not sure who was spun round. It was a Northern Lights racing car, I think, that was spun round. Greg Cameron. I think it was Kip Stevens. Let's have a look. Oh, well, didn't leave Kip a lot of space, I have to say. But yeah, it was interesting one that. I'll give Colonna some credit though. He's kept that lead from 1.1 to, well, it's the late 10s. He's not giving up without a fight here. It's going to take a lot to survive though, isn't it?
That second pack looked tasty as well, doesn't it? This one.
Oh man. Yeah, that's Gregory Franks and Charlie Summers at the front of that one. Holmes, McNally, Ashton, Cherney, Deemer, Hedgecock. Oh, crash! And that is Hedgecock. And there's the track nearly blocked coming out of Malmedy. Oh, and more cars joining.
I'm not
more
sure
cars
about
joining the scene.
I'm not sure about nearly blocked, completely blocked, I'd say. Oh, a couple of crabbing cars, still cars coming through. They don't know where to go, what to do. Oh, dear.
Oh, there's another contact. I would be interested to see how that started, but I think it might have been Adam Hedgecock that. Oh, and there's contact at the. It's contact for second place. Evans and Cooper getting into each other. Just a small contact, but it was enough. This is actually the battle for the lead, but battle for second, sorry, not third as it shows on the battle box, because Carl Hardy's towed back to the pits.
Yeah, jumped back to the pits.
And iRacing reads that as them being in the lead momentarily, but that will change, of course, when we get to the line. Jason Cooper that's the Cooper line then, isn't it? Through Blanchimont into the bus stop. Of course, it was this corner that allowed him to take really, really famous win in race 1. It's a great cutback. Managed to just get that one done. Oh, more and contact to the chicane with Deemer. All sorts going on really in this one, but we don't mind, mate, do we? It's good fun out there.
That's it. You've got a bit of everything, you know. Can't always have processional driving and whatnot, and a couple of epic overtakes without taking some of the rough with it as well.
Well, that's it. And the drivers are used to dishing some of it out, aren't they? And in this close quarters racing that we see.
Three wide then. And actually, sensibly, Evans ducks himself out of that battle and decides to let Chepolewski and Smith go at it.
Which they will at a frantic pace. There's no question that the two of the faster drivers in the series, car in the gravel in the background, it was Gregory Vranks. please, if you're watching, Gregory, if you watch this back, can send us a pronunciation of your surname, because I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest. Oh, and he's off again. In the near. But that's not him at all. That's Mayes, isn't it? And Graham. I'm looking at the wrong battle. Fastest lap of the race last time round for Stelian Chepelevsky, 2:45.05. That was only 4/10 slower than the pole position time of, I think it was Jamie Ayres, wasn't it?
Impressive. From the draft to full potential. Up a whopping 25 places is Stelian.
Right, I just need to step away for 1 minute. I'll be back.
No problem. We'll stay on board with Stelian as he's, well, it looks like for a moment he was almost looking like he was defending from Evans, but Evans hasn't quite got the same sort of run that he has on Smith. So perhaps just trying to duck out of the draft so that he times it so he gets the run off of Blanchimont. Oh, he didn't quite get it perfect. He had to get out of it ever so slightly. But he is alongside. He's going to have to go around the outside. Smith comes across. Under braking. And yeah, well, I'm sorry. And what? You squeezed just a little bit too much there. Might be wrong. I was wrong on a couple of calls last night, I'm afraid, but yeah, to me, from the onboard, certainly, it looked like he just come across in that braking, and Stelian had nothing to do. He couldn't go anywhere, and yeah, once you make contact in the braking zone with the rear end, obviously, it's a little bit light. All the weight transfers to the front. Car just comes around so easy.
Go on, as I missed the start of it. Go on, you might as well show it again, so I can see it. I'll tell you if you're talking rubbish or not in your old age. Let's see.
Well, that's probably not the best angle.
That is not the best angle in the world.
Oh dear.
At all.
Well, look, we'll do it from...
No. Oh. Couldn't tell. Let's have a look. Yeah,
sorry.
I couldn't tell properly, but I think I get what you're saying. It looked kind of like that, but... It was just a misjudgment. I think it wasn't anything too crazy. I don't think, but yeah, it's just you're at such a risk with these rear-wheel drive cars of quarter paneling yourself, aren't you? That's the thing. And once you get out of shape in these things, you're not rescuing it. It's not like the Kia Optima where you can just hammer the throttle and.
In fairness, I don't think you'd have saved it there in the Kia either, because you'd have been so heavy on the brakes. Trying to get it in there, the back would have been so light, it would have just done the same. It would have spat you off before you realised what was going on.
Oh yeah, but I just mean in general. The car is different, isn't it? But
I mean, Smith did well because he's still in 8th place, so didn't smash into the wall or anything like that. So
yeah, he didn't bite it too hard, did he? This is a good battle though. We've got 2-car scrap. We've got a very rare battle between 2 drivers on this circuit. Alessio Colonna, Jason Cooper. Jason Cooper's already won a race tonight. As for Alessio Colonna, well, he sat 39th in the championship. He hasn't won a race. He's missed a lot of races. He's only started 26 out of the races so far out of the 42. But he has been on the podium twice, so he has showed good pace.
Yeah, he started mid-season as well, I think, didn't he? Didn't start at the very start of the season, so he'll explain why he's missed an absolute load.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course I missed the very start of the season as well, I think, so I didn't notice he wasn't there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Final lap of the race then. That battle for the lead, well and truly
This one's gone quickly, I think.
Yeah, it has. And this is a good little battle for 5th place. McCarron, Mears, Smith recovering. Rob Graham still there.
Holmes,
Where's our colleague? There he is.
Oh, he's had a bad lap. He's had a 2:51 compared to the guys at the front who were doing 45. So something must have happened to Marco on that particular lap.
Still a better run. He was saying he was constantly around 24, so going to be a better race for him. But
Shame he couldn't quite maintain that top 10, but there is another race. There is race 4 to come, and side by side for the lead then on the final lap between Jason Cooper and Alessio Colonna, and Cooper's cleared him before Lecombe. Is Colonna going to go up the inside? He's certainly going to try. And very good on the brakes, Cooper. He's just looked really, really confident with everything he's done tonight.
Yeah, Colonna. He just needs to give himself, what, half a second coming out of, what did it say, 6/10 coming out of?
What,
Paul Frere?
yeah.
That seems to be about the right amount, so you get the run, so you actually come out of Blanchimont with the massive overspeed.
He's already 0.45 behind. But you can see it closing in. Cooper a bit sideways through Pouon. Colonna probably slightly better through there, actually. Keeps it at under 4/10. Look at the slipstream. He gained over a 10th just in the straight between Pouon and Fanny's chicane.
I think he might be too close. I think he's going to have to
Rob Graham's out.
Cup out of it, going through Blanchimont here, and that's not what he wants at all.
Oh, he's gone wide in Fanny's. And he's twitching, going over the curb in Stavolo. Alex's curb there. Now going through Paul Frere, and now we'll see.
Maybe side by side before Blanchimont.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. Here we go. Side by side. This isn't what Jason Cooper wants, but Alessio Colonna is going to be very, very happy because he's going to have the inside for the chicane now as well. Both of them sliding through Blanchimont. It is a flat-out corner in these MX-5s, but we'll see what they can do into the final corner of the race. Cooper, now, this has worked once for him. He's going for the long cutback, but he's not going to do it this time. That's too long.
Phenomenal apex from Colonna there. Absolutely nailed that first apex there. Carried the speed in and absolutely nailed it, and that was why he got that win there. Phenomenal final corner.
Race 3 of the evening then goes to Alessio Colonna from 10th on the grid. Gonna be happy with that. Jason Cooper, Stelian Chepelevsky up there. Stelian Chepelevsky started 29th and he finished 3rd.
Yeah.
Dear me.
So quick. No wonder why he's however many K rating on the Rallycross as well now. World Championship driver in that series. And yeah, very, very quick in this MX-5. I think
it'll only be a matter of time as well before he starts to win some races in that as well, because I think he's
a bit of unfortunate luck, to be honest.
I think he's one though that can get better. He's got himself in very good physical condition as well.
Yeah, indeed he has.
Recently, so I think that's going to definitely help him in those races, because the Rallycross races, they're pretty fast and furious, pretty physical races actually. So you want to be able to have that that precision and that strength over multiple heats. And we know that he's facing the likes of Mitchell de Jong, he's a young lad, he's a young fit lad, isn't he? So he's got, because with all due respect to Stelian, he's not 21 like Mitchell de Jong or however old he is. So.
Yeah, exactly. And Mitchell trains for real life Rallycross, where you have to be in absolute peak performance. And
yeah,
there'll be a debate, I would think, but I would think if you're absolutely a peak physical condition as well, it will help in the sim as well as it would, out. As much as people say, well, no, doesn't really make that much difference for the longer races and things like that. Definitely does.
Just for a quick, very, very quick detour. I always have this conversation with people about certain sports that are physical and not physical, and I use darts as an example, for instance, right? And everybody sort of goes, "Oh, yeah, darts isn't physical." Well, it's not super physical, obviously. But I always wonder that if those darts players got themselves into fantastic physical shape, surely they would play better still. Surely they would have they would, their aim would improve, their mental capacity would be better because they're in better shape. I always feel that that's, in every sport, there's very, very small gains to be made by being in good condition. I think even sim racing is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you've delved into the physical and mental performance game, and that has worked, hasn't it?
It has made a difference for myself, in the past. So yeah.
There we go, and we'll continue to maybe explore that in the future. But Alessio Colonna, well, he wins, and fantastic race from 10th, like I say, for him. Jason Cooper in 2nd, Stallion Chepolowski 3rd, Craig Evans in 4th, Anwar Smith in P5, Nick McCarron 6th, Brian Holmes 7th, then Tobias Cherney, Ben Mason, Lee Deemer, Charlie Summers in 11th, Ryan Walker up in 12th, Gregory Vance as well 13th, Alex Roby 14th, Michael Barmanera 15th, 16th for Kip Stevens, 17th Jack Ashton, 18th Craig Jones, 19th was Scott Malcolm, and then Chris Farish in 20th, 21st Peter Knowles, 22nd Peter Van Gool, Robert Lundgren 23rd, Craig Cameron 24th, 25th for David Ayres, Alex Cherney in 26th, Anthony Jacobson 27th, 28th for John Roberts, and then Michael Barry in 29th, and Will Daniels, Jordan Giddings, Adam Hedgecock, Taylor Lane, they were all on the lead lap, and then the ones who weren't, Rob Graham, Adam McNally and Daniel Bristow were 1 lap down, so in fact it will be Bristow that goes on to pole if indeed we do have a full for the final one of the evening. And the retirements there on your screen: Ayres, Delmont, Cooper, Key, Hardy, McIntyre and Westwood.
Right,
So yeah, Alex, go on.
I was just going to say, let's jump straight into it with the wheel. Brought it up on screen already. Give it a roll. Final race of the evening.
Let's do it.
We're flirting with the big grids tonight, that's for sure. Going to be 50th again, 2nd time tonight that's come out.
So 50th, obviously, with only 43 cars in the field and only 36 finishers. 50 will mean that Dan Bristow will go into pole position with Adam McNally in 2nd, Rob Graham 3rd, Taylor Lane in 4th, and Adam Hedgecock in 5th. So we'll see how they get on when we come back at the other side of the commercial break here on Apex Racing TV, as this continues from Spa here in Belgian Grand Prix weekend in the BSR MX5 Cup.
here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line. Speedway. Would it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV. The BSR MX5 Summer Cup is here at Spa. Andrew Woodhouse and Alex Simpson with you for the final race of the evening, round 44. That's appropriate because, of course, the Grand Prix distance around here is 44 laps. And Alex, the guys in the MX5s would probably be glad they don't have to do 44 laps.
Yes, that would take them a little while, wouldn't it?
It would take them. Well, it's a minute a lap more than the F1 cars do. So, yeah, it'd take them about 2.5 hours to do 44 laps around here. As you know, the elephant in the room is, of course, that the nightfall has descended on the circuit. And that'll provide a different challenge for us and for the drivers. And a lot of the circuit around here, though, isn't massively well lit, is it? I mean, there's some lights dotted about, but it's mainly around the pit area, isn't it? So, yeah.
But there's enough floodlights and stuff. Enough headlights out there that should light the track up and whatnot. So, yeah, 18 degrees, mostly cloudy. We won't know about that at all because we'll never see the sky.
We can just about see it there, but yeah, you can see the clouds kind of, barely in the background. But Daniel Bristow will be hoping he sees everybody and he continues to see them in his rear-view mirror throughout the race. He's the pole sitter off the reverse grid wheel. Adam McNally in second. Rob Graham in third. Taylor Lane in fourth. And Adam Henchcock in fifth. Jordan Giddings in sixth. William Daniel seventh. Eighth, Michael Barry. Ninth, John Roberts and Alex Cherney in 10th. And the rest of the grid you see scrolling through on your screen. Tobias Cherney's increased his lead. 353 points it's up to now after tonight's races. It has helped the fact that Steve Hefford, the second place man, isn't here, but here we go. We are on the grid. The red lights are coming on, and any second now will be underway. And the green light is on. Good start by Daniel Bristow, sorry. And Adam McNally in second place, taking the long way around turn one, keeps it on the island. Oh, there's a bit of contact in the middle of the field.
Oh,
John Roberts is involved. Tobias Cherney. Well, championship leader again.
As you said, he's got enough points advantage right now, and he's not out of the race. Just had another spin, another 360 at the start. He's not had the best of that, but yeah,
he recovered. He recovered to 14th after spinning.
He's had another crash. And this one is actually more severe. And we will have a very, very quick look at that. And then we'll jump straight back to the action because I think this is going to be him completely retiring from the race. Was this... oh, dear. He's got damage. He's just had enough.
Yeah. And there was a car trying to let him go, I think. Also, and there's more crashing going on there. Adam Hedgecock and Michael Barry have gone. Oh, and there's a car in the wall as well. Another car in the wall. Brian Holmes is in the pits. Craig Evans has had some trouble, as has Peter Knowles, I think.
Oh,
cars flying down the order. Lundgren and Farish have come together, and there's the Simoto car of yeah, it is Farish, Chris Farish. Oh man, chaos in the nighttime here in Belgium. Oh man, the event viewer is going crazy. Oh, and sliding the car is McNally into the Fania chicane.
Well, Graham gone,
Graham's in the gravel. Might only lose a couple of places. Oh, he's lost more than that. He was in fourth. He's down to ninth. Here we go then.
This is Daniels and Giddings, closely followed by Alex Cherney, of course.
Yep. And then Peter Van Gool in the Momo racing car. The white Momo racing car with the red trim.
Yeah, a bit different, isn't it? Cool.
Yeah, looks good.
So I uploaded that fairly recently because I remember him being in a red one.
Side by side, Cherney and Daniels into the bus stop chicane. Ah, Cherney goes through. That's a clean move there and up into fourth for the German. Well, his brother is out, his teammate, and well, Cherney flying the flag for Germany. Ryan Walker coming under pressure from Charlie Summers and David Ayres. David Ayres has gone all the way around the outside, has he? He tried to go around the outside. I think he's cut back to the inside now, but that was a hectic first lap though. Definitely a lot going on in the midfield as normal. It's funny, the crashes are always nearly in the midfield no matter what.
Yep.
No matter who's in the midfield. It's just where it all bottles up, especially because... Oh, crash! Crashed at the top of Kemmel. I think it's Kip... is it Kip Stevens? Oh, it might be Kelowna. I think it's Kelowna. He's in the wall at the back of the picture. Yeah, that was coming up Kemmel. But McNally still leads the way over Daniel Bristow.
Yeah, all of a sudden a bit of separation, and we're very, very close going down Kemmel. Good couple of corners for McNally.
Yeah, really, but again, it's just tough to get away, isn't it? Maybe they can work together, the Youth Energy drivers.
Well, I think that's what they're going to go for. It's really...
We'll get our first real breakaway of the night.
Yeah, sort of from fourth back, that's where the battle is. Although Cherney is trying to slowly work his way up to Taylor Lane. Lee Deemer dropping down. That's why he's
that's
off.
a poo on, isn't it?
Poo on, yep. Jason Cooper, after another good race in the last one, he's just working his way past Scott Malcolm. Just
the 16 positions gained for him in this one. Same for Stelian Chepelewski, who's just in front of him. Anwar Smith's the massive gainer on this one, 18 places gained, and in fact Jack McIntyre's up 20. McIntyre's up 20 places, he's not even in the top 20.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I think Roby and Westwood might have had some issues.
Yeah, he's jumped back to the pits as well as Westwood.
Oh man. Oh, in Blanchimont, there's one round. It's Giddings.
Nice little 360. Someone else involved as well.
Skidding.
I think it's Rob
spinning.
Graham. Was Rob Graham.
Oh, Rob Graham. I tell you, I don't want to know what happened there. I'm sure that car was going to tip over.
Yeah, he has jumped back to the pits, so...
Oh, man. Through La Source then, quite a gaggle forming. This is all starting with John Roberts.
Oh, this could end bad.
In fact, Ryan Walker, that's his old teammate.
Roberts gives him enough room. He didn't need to there. Could have easily closed that off against the wall.
But I think he knows that he's got the run out of Radion.
But Smith.
And Mark Smith trying to pass on the outside. He's not on the track. Oh no! Here we go. Oh, massive for David Ayres. Over and over he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows.
These two still continue to battle as well. What's your view on that one, Andrew?
I will say that, in my opinion, it seemed like Smith was trying to go outside the white lines and make a pass.
I agree. Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
I mean, Roberts wasn't the fastest up Eau Rouge, I must admit, but I think if Smith had have just waited to get him on the straight, he would have got him easily.
Yeah, exactly. There's still track limits for a reason. Just because you can get a 1X, it doesn't mean you can abuse them.
Because why, this is my opinion on it. We might have to see it.
No, not for a moment.
We may have to see it again later on, but I think if the driver is not alongside you when he goes off the track, or not sort of level with you when he goes off the track, you don't have, and it's happening again. Look, it's happening again. I don't think you've got to give them the room to come back onto the track, because it's their fault that they're off the track. You haven't put them there.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I think anyway. But again, that's why the stewards get paid as much money as they do. Yeah, right. Let's do that job. But yeah, John Roberts almost had it again, didn't he? From one of the other Youth Energy cars. Oh, no, it wasn't a Youth Energy car. It was It was Jason Cooper, I think, who was trying it. It's all kicking off here anyway. I love it. It's great fun. Oh, this is close. Might have even made some contact there, Bristow and Cherney. I've been some slight contact between them.
Now he's away though.
He's having a good race in this one. Charlie Summers, he was due a good race, wasn't he? He's up to 5th. 2 cars well off the track coming out of the bus stop. That is not... I would almost be willing to put money on the fact that that was one of the Coopers, was it? Going all the way off out there?
Not sure.
That was a big old... That was somebody just taking the mickey, wasn't it, with the track limits again?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I was just having a look at the event viewer to see if I could work it out. Here comes,
I wonder whether they also went off at La Source and did the same thing. Giddings and Cooper. I bet it's them. Go and have a quick look at that off track and see if it. I just want to do a little bit of detective work on that one. Sorry, Jason Cooper and Giddings. Oh well, I mean that's ridiculous. Frankly, I have to say that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. There's no attempt to make the corner there at all, is there? There's no attempt to keep within the white lines. That's appalling. That wasn't even the one I was looking for, but that's proved my point regardless. Dear me, come on, guys.
Yeah, I can't see the one with Jason, so we'll give that a
Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Racing or ping pong? No. Somebody went very wide at the corner with no name. I'm not even going to try and guess who that was. Although, I could just see... Again, I have to apologise, but my event viewer is just full of Luke Cooper and Jason Cooper going off track and coming back on. Oh, dear. Again, I'm not trying to scapegoat, guys, honestly, but you got to sort that stuff out. Anyway... Because apart from that, I think they've driven actually really well tonight.
Yeah.
Both of them. But, you know, maybe they've been on a different circuit to other people. I don't know. We didn't see Jason doing that in the first race when he won, though, did we, you know?
No.
So unless he's seen other people doing it and then maybe picked it up, I don't know. But it's all sorts kicking off, isn't there? This is good stuff, though, between Ryan Walker and Will Daniels. And behind them is number 32. That's Taylor Lane. Haven't seen Taylor Lane on Apex Racing TV for maybe a month or so. On the outside is Daniels. Walker's trying to cut him back. He's got a good exit here, Ryan Walker. And also look at Stelin Chepelewski. He's also got one. I think McNally and Bother. Look at that, he is! The engine's blown! For Adam McNally, and so have his chances. They've gone up in smoke. Just like his car. Dear me.
We need to see this. What happened there? It was Poff.
Oh, it's just on the brakes, isn't it? It's going down the gearbox. And very, very sensibly gets it off the racing line. So the last thing you need at night is black smoke to get in your way, and you won't be able to see through that. So
this Bristow and Cherney battle now is for the lead. Van Gaal not too far behind. Summers obviously up 21 spot.
Oh!
He's got a chance for a... oh, look at that behind as well.
That looks brilliant, great. And one thing iRacing have done a great job of over the last couple of years or so is improving the lighting. You really see that here. And lighting the way to see this 4-car scrap for P5. Stelin Chepelewski, William Daniels, Ryan Walker, Taylor Lane, and in fact on the back of that is Jack Ashton as well for Youth Energy. And Jack McIntyre's not a million miles behind that either. Fastest lap of the race, incidentally, goes to Charlie Summers. That was that was on the last lap. He did the fastest lap, so tyre wear not an issue as he predicted. Oh, some drivers misjudging the corner there a little bit. No name corner. Must admit though, it's quite a tough corner really, and sometimes it is a success if you just miss the barrier, to be honest. It's always one of those corners, mate, that I kind of feel like I've never ever perfected the corner. It's one of those where I almost go too slowly through it or too fast.
Yep.
I can never quite get it right.
Feel the same.
I think we've lost our colleague Marco. Well, at least we haven't lost him, but he's had a crash. We might have to go name and shame that one, I'm afraid. Just because we can, I think sometimes.
We'll stay with this just for a sec.
Well, this is going to get good into the bus stop, surely. Oh no! No! Oh, well done. Oh dear me. Well, that was very close between Summers and Cherney. Almost ended in disaster. They were both sensible enough to get out of it. Cherney is going to maintain second place just. He cuts back right behind Bristow. He's just inches away from him. Oh! Bristow, what's he doing? Is he trying to warm up his tyres? Oh, wait.
Just let him go.
Has he got a slow down?
No, he's not got a slow down. He's let him go because it's the last lap of the race, and you don't want to be leading going into.
No, he's gone. He's gone completely.
Oh, no.
Has he? Did he blow the motor? Was he out of fuel? Could be out of fuel.
Please tell me he did not wiggle, thinking he'd won the race there.
Oh no! Yeah, it's a 6-lap race. We haven't even reached the 15 minutes anyway. Oh dear God! I hope he hasn't done that. Well, in which case, has he got going again? No. Probably out of shame. He probably shouldn't.
I was about to say.
Here comes Charlie Summers. Anyway, he's in the lead. Oh dear me! I hope that's. Oh dear. Well, that'll cap off what's been a pretty shoddy a couple of races for Youth Energy. Anyway, if that's the case, dear me. Summers leading ahead of Cherney and then Van Gool. Van Gool, you know, he's just been quietly there, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, exactly. He's been sort of 1.5 seconds.
I think we've lost Michael Barry as well, unfortunately.
Depending on what happens on this one, he could well do it. Yeah, the chat seems to think that he was wiggling because he'd won the race. But obviously a lap early as well.
I wasn't sure what he was doing, but yeah, it makes sense now. Oh, Delmont and Lane, I think they've crashed into each other. Because they are dropping well down.
Oh! Summers reappears for a minute, gone.
Dear me. Just a blink. Oh, and well, this isn't what you want on the last lap. If you're Cherney or Van Gool, especially. Oh dear.
Do you get the draft when the car's not there? I don't think you do you? So
no, you don't. And this could be affecting Cherney. Oh, he's gone again. What's it going to be?
We can't slipstream. You don't know where he is, do you?
No, you don't know where he is. You don't know where to get the slipstream. Van Gool's gone in front of, and he might disconnect at any second. Van Gool then into the bus stop chicane. Is he going to go for a move anyway, regardless?
Oh,
you might as well. It's the final lap. Here comes Cherney up the inside of Van Gool. Van Gool blocks him off, and that's going to be enough for Summers. Charlie Summers, he started 25th. He's going to take the win here in the 4th race of the evening at Spa. That would have been a scary last lap or so for him, but he's done it. Oh no! That's a wipeout after the finish line for Van Gool and Cherney. And the fireworks go off here at Spa, and look at that. Great sight to see the pit buildings and grandstands illuminated, and then the sky illuminated as well with the fireworks.
I was hoping we were going to see some fireworks, but apparently not.
Oh, I've seen them. I can see them.
Ah, I just missed it on my shot.
Oh well. Maybe the scenic cam's different.
Maybe
it could be
just showing a different one.
There are. I did see some.
I
can see them now.
There we go. There's a couple. Yay. Stephen Baxter saying lag switch on the chat, and you know exactly ideal timing to be turning it on. It's like, guess where I am.
Surprise!
Pick a lane. It might not be right.
Oh dear. Well, it was right for Charlie Summers, that's for sure. No matter what happened, and Well, he will take the win. Still haven't got full results yet because we're still waiting for Daniel Bristow.
Yeah. Who did finish?
Who did do the last
The
lap.
shame.
Oh, dear me. Well, we've had this before on the channel, haven't we? And,
Oh, we have. I won a championship because someone did it.
yep.
I'll take it. I literally would have lost by a point, and then
How convenient.
he slowed down. Mr. Mawson, wherever you are, thanks again.
Oh,
Samuli Kumo, our co-colleague in the booth and
lost
on the cameras.
championship by a point.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll tell you. No shame.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it?
I wiggled across that start-finish line, celebrating, thumping my hand up like, yeah. No,
I bet you couldn't believe your luck, could you?
no, at all. Got to take him.
Dear mate, could you have won, or did you have no chance of winning if he didn't do that, or?
It might have been close. I won the race. I was second behind Tim, so yeah, I had a chance.
You might have done.
I was right on his tail. I had an opportunity, but yeah, I think actually I'd have ended up second in the championship. So,
well, there we go. Results on your screen now. Charlie Summers with the win ahead of Van Gool, Alex Cherney, then Walker, Tripolewski, McIntyre, Cooper, Ashton, Daniels, and Cameron. That was the top 10. They were all fairly close together. They were within 8.5 seconds. Excuse me. And then the rest, well, it was a ramshackled bunch by the end, to be honest. Jones, Franks, Malcolm, Cooper, Roberts, Deemer, Hardy, and Giddings. And then behind Jordan Giddings was Taylor Lane and Nick McCarran, Alex Roby, and Marco Barbanera. They did actually finish. Marco did actually finish the race on the lead lap, despite having a moment somewhere. Michael Key, Peter Knowles, Daniel Bristow could have won the race. He might not have, because there was a lot of competition, but it was an easy podium, but I guess we'll never know. And then the rest of them on the screen there, Delmont, Barry, Smith. Delmont, Barry, and Anwar Barrow Smith are the ones who will score some points from that little escapade. So yeah, that pretty much does it for tonight. Time's getting on a little bit, so I think we will call it there, but it has been a fun meet. 10:40, yeah. It has been a fun meeting, though, hasn't it, mate? I really enjoyed that one. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. 4 good races, to be honest, tonight, and yeah, some just a bit of everything.
Yeah, a bit of everything is usually what we get when we come to Spa, and we will be here on Thursday night as well for the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship from this very circuit. In between times, got the iRacing Le Mans Series live tomorrow evening that's 8 o'clock as well, is it?
It is, yes.
So we'll be here for that one. But join us again next time. And, the BSR MX5 Summer Cup rolls on. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.